my gosh, the thoughts of living without a rent payment or a mortgage payment was an exhilarating thought. Is this something that I can do? Really? I don't know. Today, I would like to share with you this methodical decision that I made, not on a whim, and the steps I took to live full-time on the road in my car. I hope you'll join me. Hey guys, Linda here, Serene and Simple Life. Thanks for joining me today on the Sunday, Sit and Share Sunday. Today I want to share with you how I came to this decision. Well, actually it was a methodical decision, step by step. Over the course of 3.5 months, I decided that living a lifestyle, as I call myself, a gypsy soul, living life as a nomad on the road, and how that all came to be. I took steps, and and I'm going to give you some ideas on how you can, if you're not already, start making a plan so you too could live this serene and simple life. And as always, I have notes. It just felt like at first the thoughts of living in a minivan that was my first thought, was what I was going to do. And so I made some steps, and I've got them listed here. I think there's I don't know. No, I didn't count them. Let's see how many. Oh, we've got about 5 or 6 steps. But the first one is that I went to YouTube, and first I just started, searching living in a van. You're just bombarded with all kinds of ways and things, and I'm sure you know that the nomadic lifestyle and living in an RV, living in a car, you can search anything and you'll get 50 videos to watch. And the more I watched these videos, the more addicted I became to the thoughts of living full-time in a car, or in a van. I power watched video after video, and I joined and introduced myself to a lot of Facebook groups, and I Googled question after question, and I'm sure some of you may be here that we are friends on Facebook too, so thanks. Okay, so after that, it was time to make a plan, an organized, thought out, methodical one, in not just walk away from life as I've known it for 60 years since I was born, but to really make a plan and not just do this on a whim, to leave 4 walls with a roof over my head, and a real bed. I mean, thoughts just raced through my head like a freight train. I just didn't know where to begin, what to do, what kind of rig. When would I leave this only life that I've ever known, and how and where would I sleep? Would I be able to pull it off? So I needed to make a plan. And so with that, I just didn't cling to the ideas and the how-tos in my head, but I got myself a notebook, and I categorized things like, where am I going to sleep? What clothes am I going to take with me? I designated this notebook New Beginnings. Food without refrigeration. I watched lots of videos on what people eat. It was just like the fun had just begun. I loved writing things down, and having a notebook, a special place to categorize everything, it was awesome. And Sunday, July 1st, was that day of discovery, and I have shared that already before. I feel like it was divine intervention. And I decided September 15th would be that exit. I wasn't going to wait whenever this happens, it happens, things on a whim. No, this was a decision. And I was like, okay, Linda, you need to get your butt moving. And I wasn't going to piddle around with thoughts whirling around in my head, and I wasn't going to, things, you can change your mind quickly. So it was time to get to work and put my things that I had on paper into action. And my first plan of attack was to sell everything. I wasn't going to store things. I was going to get really serious and really become a minimalist too. And so my 4 major players of resale were 2 apps and 2 websites. OfferUp, Let Go. OfferUp and Let Go, those are both apps. And then Facebook and Craigslist. I was super, super diligent about posting all kinds of things on all 4 of those sites and just following up and following through with people on a regular basis to get these things sold. Love seat, shelves, dining set, refrigerator, microwave. I mean, those were some of the things that, I was going to find homes for. I mean, I was without a microwave for like 2 weeks before I left, and I was like, oh. But I used my landlady's microwave, so it was really the last day I was without a microwave. All right, and then at the same time, I started pulling everything out of drawers and closets and underneath my bed so I could start the process of detaching from stuff. And what I mean by that is I needed to keep revisiting things. I needed to keep looking at things over and over and like, do I need that? Do I want that? Because I just couldn't go in my closet and like, okay, this goes, this doesn't, this is Goodwill, I'm going to sell, I'm going to keep. I had to keep processing it and eliminating things and maybe taking things back, putting things in a different pile, because it was like a psychology thing. Just to, you can't do it all at once. You can't just, okay, now I'm just going to pull up my bootstraps and do this. I mean, I guess you can, but I couldn't do that. And now I've been downsizing and selling things prior to this for years. I mean, really, I was living in one room, and I've owned a full house. So we've been talking years of downsizing, but still, there was plenty to get rid of and to do. And another thing about the psychology of it is releasing things. The more I looked at it, the more I was able to release it and let it go. That's just me, but it helped. And then the next thing after I was, selling things was that I needed to start researching minivans. So I asked a lot of questions on Facebook, what kinds of vans and stuff, and then I went shopping. And I think I shared this already. I'll just keep this short, that twice I went for a van and it was sold right out from under me. And I asked God, what's this all about? What do you want me to do? And he's like, I want you to be content with what you have. So that's when I started doing the car dwelling thing, and I ran into a couple people on YouTube, Hobo Alley, Katie Carney, some young girls, and that they were fun to watch, living in a car full time. They were very, very helpful. So after that, let's see, because I don't want to be a babbling brook here. And I did, I started tackling my storage unit. That was part of the process. Not only was things in my room, in my closet, drawers and shelves and everything, but I went to my storage unit, and I don't know, I'd spend like half a day there. It was kind of fun just to keep going through things. And I was actually moving things from one storage unit to another storage unit. My room was in one city, and then my girlfriend was allowing me to park outside of her house, and that didn't really work out. She did for a short time, but she wasn't really, we won't go there, that's not what this is about. But it was good for me because it empowered me to just get out and start finding Walmarts and things to park at and not just fall back on the front of her house. But anyways, so I was moving my stuff from one storage unit to the storage unit where it is now. And that also helped to downsize. The more you move, and guys, any of you who've watched my personal story, that I've moved a ton. So moving, I keep downsizing, and that happened in the storage unit too. I think I went from a 10 by 10 to a 7 by 10. I think that I went smaller. Yeah, I had to have gone smaller. just selling everything. And then the last 2 weeks, well, it was only a week, I think, because I did so well. My landlady allowed me to use her driveway, and I set up like 8 tables of stuff. Oh my gosh. I would think, why don't I still have all this stuff? Like, where's this all? Is it coming out of the woodwork? I don't know. I thought I was pretty limited on my stuff, but apparently not. And over the course of a couple days, I made, I don't know, close to $1,000 maybe on this last minimal stuff. And then I packed up everything else and some nice stuff too, and gave it to Goodwill or what have you. And woo! Along the way, I did some Amazon shopping too. Yeah, yay Amazon. All these things are in the links, but my coffee pot, my battery bank, my tray table, my mesh bags. Let's see. I didn't go crazy. At first I just bought some of the basic things that I knew I was going to need. The little, and it was fun because over the course of a couple months I stayed within a 100-mile radius as I did shows. You all know, some of you know that, but I kept adding to it. So I'd have these little Amazon gifts and little Amazon treats along the way. But before I left, before I actually left, I had my coffee pot, the mesh bags, a few things that were going to make me feel nice and cozy and neat right out of the gate. But I didn't buy everything at once because I don't recommend that, because you find that your needs change the longer you do this too. So you want to be really methodical about that as well. So over the course, oh yeah, I do have to share with you a little. This is really a cool blessing. But I sold my bed, and someone had contacted me, I think 2 weeks or more before I was actually taking off on September 15th. Oh, and by the way, the video I did last week, I said I was 9 months. That was 10 months. 10 months. I think it was, let me see, August. Yeah, 10 months, because this one is now 11 months. Yeah, I'm posting this now. This is 11 months on the road. But the one where I did What's Serene and What's Simple, I kept saying 9 months, but it was 10 months on the road. I'm that detailed, crazy organized person that you don't really need to know that. But anyways, back to the bed. I asked him, I said, I will sell you the bed, but I really would like to sleep on it the last 2 weeks. I didn't want to sleep on the floor, I didn't want to start sleeping in my car before I had to. So, and we kept in contact, and sure enough, I call it a God wink, he came the day I was moving out and picked up the bed for his daughter for her dorm room. The bed, the frame, and it was really a nice setup. And yeah, so all the way to the last night I got to keep my bed. Gosh, if he didn't come and get it, I would have been like, okay, now what do I do with this? Because there was no room in the storage for it. So I really pushed things to the last second. I made Reflectix along the way, the Reflectix with the felt. YouTube has great information on how to do those. I actually even made little curtains for the Acura. It's so silly. I was thinking I was going to hang little curtains up because I wanted to take that mindset of like hominess and cozy and cute into the sedan. Well, I took some pictures and posted those on Facebook. That didn't work out. I also made a bed for the back seat, and I bought the little mattress, or the thing that I rolled up into a comforter, and yeah, I was gonna sleep in the back, but I tried that out and I was like, there's no way. I need to sleep in a reclining position, as most of you know, or a lot of you know now. And so I took that stuff back to Walmart, but I methodically thought that out, and I actually measured. Well, even when I was going to get a van, I used strings, yarn, and I measured the size of where the bed would go and where my little shelf unit would go, and did a lot of pre-planning. But yep, made a plan and was able to execute it. This is not bragging, this is just saying, and hopefully these kind of things will help you out. The research and the organization and the stick with it attitude has provided me comfort, security, and joy on this new beginnings journey. And that's what I want for you. If you're watching this in consideration of this journey, or if you're already out there, and you want to make some plans on changing things around. I know as we go, we change things. I've changed a lot of things, even in my car, and it's been fun. It's just been kind of like a little interior decorating on occasion, and buying new things. As I went to the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, that's when I bought my little lantern, and a few extra things that I didn't need right out of the gate. I can't remember right now, but I've got a long list. Oh, like my butane stove. I think I bought that right away because I know I was going to the park and cooking up some things, and that was fun. My shower tent. That was a gift. Yeah, I did a wish list gift also. Gift list. I wrote a letter to all my friends and asked them if they wanted to contribute, to my friends and family, to my brother and sister, and asked them, hey, if you want to help me out, that would be awesome. But I always, I definitely prefaced it that prayers is the ultimate gift you can give me, and still to this day. So thank you guys, for those of you who are prayer warriors, and you even put in your comments, hey, I'm praying for you. You don't know how much that means to me. I feel your covering, and I thank you for that. So I guess that's about it for today with this methodical decision, not on a whim, celebrating 10 months now. And 11 months now. I'm losing track. Oh my gosh. Yeah, by the time I post this, it will be almost the 11 months. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got some good tidbits and nuggets, and some ideas for yourself to, you can jump in. I'm one that, work with a sense of urgency and jump in, but make a plan too, because then you feel more secure when you actually hit the road. But I am really, my personal opinion is don't wait too long if you're thinking about this, because the more you think about it, you overthink it. And I know that because I've done it. You overthink things and you change your mind, and then fear and other things get in the way of living your best, the life that you're meant to live. So blessings in your days, guys, and joy in the journey. And thanks for sticking with me here. And subscribe if you like. Click the bell. More sit and shares to come. And I think so anyways, and more my travels and trivia and all the different crazy things that I do. But thank you guys. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate your love and support more than you know. So talk to you soon. Later. Bye.